Hi, I'm your host, Larissa Worstiak. Through this podcast, I aim to empower and inspire jewelry entrepreneurs and innovators so they can thrive by doing what they love. I'm passionate about digital marketing for jewelry brands, and I'm excited to share my passion with you. This is episode 109, and today I'm going to be speaking about some helpful tools that you can use to help you manage social media for your jewelry brand. The suggestion actually came from my YouTube subscriber, Kenny. And as always, if you ever have any suggestions for upcoming topics for podcast episodes, I'd really love to hear them. I'm always open to entertaining listener and viewer suggestions. But before we get to the focus of this episode, as always, I want to share some marketing related news and insights from the past week that caught my attention. If you listened to the last episode, episode 108, then you'll remember that I shared some of my jewelry marketing predictions for 2021. Well, JCK recently shared their general jewelry industry predictions for 2021 on episode 35 of the Jewelry District podcast. JCK editor-in-chief Victoria Gomelsky and news director Rob Bates shared some of their thoughts about the year ahead. They believe that the adoption of e-commerce is here to stay and that the Pantone colors of the year, Ultimate Gray and Illuminating, will work their way into new products and collections. I recommend you give the episode a listen for yourself. JCK also recently published another article titled, "What Jewelers Will Be Talking About in 2021." In the article, editor-in-chief Victoria Gomelsky says the following topics will be on jewelers' minds. First, consumers will continue buying low-key styles that can be worn at home, at least until the COVID-19 pandemic is still keeping people from socializing a lot in public. In addition, the pre-owned jewelry category is expected to gain an even greater share of the market. To learn more about the topics on jewelers' minds, you'll definitely want to check out the article. And Search Engine Journal recently shared a great article about partnership marketing or co-marketing, which is when one brand teams up with another brand that shares a similar target customer. As the author explains, partnership marketing can help with SEO and with brand awareness in general. Some tactics for partnership marketing include trading guest blog posts, mentioning each other on various platforms, sharing social media content, and even co-creating a piece of content. To get the full details about how to pursue partnership marketing for your brand, then you'll definitely want to read that article. If you want to get the links to all the articles I share in this segment of the podcast, you'll want to sign up for my email newsletter by visiting joyjoya.com/sign up, and you'll get a digest with the links whenever a new episode drops. Okay, let's get to it. So now that the new year has arrived, you probably want to start establishing better habits for planning, managing, and executing your jewelry marketing, and that includes social media channels. So as I mentioned before, YouTube subscriber Kenny suggested that I share some ideas for tools that you can use to help you better manage your social media marketing and to get more out of all of your efforts. So I want to focus on those recommendations. Do you often find yourself deciding on your brand's social media post content the day that you're going to post it? If you're currently following this approach, then you're likely experiencing one of two common problems. Either your feed looks really unplanned and lacks visual cohesiveness, or you're missing out on opportunities to connect your social media strategy back to your overall business and marketing strategies. To get the best results from your social media marketing efforts, you'll need to be planning your posts at least 2 weeks in advance, but ideally 1 month ahead of time. January is really the perfect time to sit down with a calendar and a notebook and start brainstorming everything you foresee happening in your jewelry business for the next 6 months, like promotions, events, shopping holidays, new product and collection releases, product features, and special milestones. You also really want to set some attainable goals, especially related to social media. With this brainstormed list, after you have it, you can decide on how all of your marketing efforts, like your email campaigns, your social media posts, your blog posts, and more, can communicate everything that should matter to your customers in a unified way so that it's not all kind of segmented and disjointed. Once you're done with this brainstorm, you should have a clear framework to really guide the focus of your social media posts. You'll be able to then source photos, videos, and other content ahead of schedule, and you'll feel super relaxed and confident about your premeditated approach. Doesn't that sound great? The good news is you don't have to do any of this alone. A number of excellent tools exist to help you facilitate the planning, managing, and scheduling processes. I'm going to share some of my favorites right now. So, as a general project management tool, not necessarily related to social media, Asana, I'm not even sure how to say it, ASANA, is one of my favorite tools for planning, delegating, brainstorming, creating a calendar in general. So if you're at the beginning stages of your content planning process, if you're just brainstorming ideas and you have to delegate various tasks like photography, caption writing, and research to your team members, if you need to be setting deadlines for yourself to hold yourself accountable, because I know how that is. If you're not setting deadlines, it's easy to kind of let this stuff get swept under the rug. Then Asana is really the tool for you. As I mentioned, it's not specific to social media, but it really is one of my favorite project tools since it allows you to plan and collaborate in many ways, and you can really configure it to kind of meet your needs. You can set your social media goals, communicate those goals to other team members and stakeholders, and then work with everyone involved to figure out how to achieve those goals far in advance. If you are collaborating with others on your social media feed, you may also want to have a shared folder with media like photos, videos, and graphics. You can use Dropbox or Google Drive for this purpose. In addition, you can also create a collaborative Pinterest board that can be used as a mood board for ideas and creative direction. Another tool that I really like, especially if you're looking for a tool to help you with social media analytics and insights, is Sprout Social. So in order to create the most effective posts, you're going to need to know when to post, how often to post, what, when, and how your competitors are posting, and which opportunities exist for your brand. Tapping into the data that's available can really provide you with insights into these topics. Sprout Social is an all-in-one social media management platform that not only helps you uncover insights from your social data, but it can also enable you to plan, organize, and even schedule your posts. If you do need a planner for your visual content and a scheduler, then I would recommend the tools Planoly, Planoly, or Later. So you could certainly use a tool like the one I mentioned, Sprout Social, to plan and schedule your social media content, but Sprout Social wasn't necessarily developed specifically for Instagram. So if Instagram is your top customer acquisition channel, you may want to focus more specifically there. Most jewelry brands that I work with tend to use a tool like Planoly or Later, which is more focused on the visual aspect of planning to make that Instagram feed look totally on brand. If most of your website traffic and leads aren't already coming from Instagram, then this probably won't be as important to you. The only downside of a tool like Planoly is that it doesn't allow you to plan and create unique content for Facebook because it was designed first and foremost as an Instagram planning tool. So in order to post to Facebook, you would need to auto repost your content from Instagram to Facebook or use a different tool altogether to manage Facebook and any other social media channels that you use. The tool Later, on the other hand, does allow you to plan and post to both Instagram and Facebook and even Twitter, but I don't really know any jewelry brand that's using Twitter. I find that the decision to use one or the other is very personal, and I highly recommend that if you're not sure, basically all of these planners have a free or entry-level trial period where you can just test them out. I literally recommend try them all and see which one suits you the most, which do you feel the most comfortable using, which do you think is best suited for your individual needs. I think trying them is really the best option. So be honest, how far in advance have you planned your current social media marketing strategy? Which of these tools have you tried? Are you excited to experiment with a new approach in 2021? I really want to hear your thoughts and feedback. You can always email me Larissa, that's Laryssa @joyjoya.com. And as a reminder, my book, Jewelry Marketing Joy, is now available to purchase. And if you want more information about that, you can visit joyjoya.com/book for all the details.